Fiddlesticks. What 10-year-old
Fiddlesticks!
like presents? I was 10 once, believe it or not.
Fuddruckers.
My goodness.
Do
the
you
vault was
like
practically
green
crowded back
beans?
then. Not like today.
I
A
remember
nice
when this
sweet
vault
that
was
I
all
baked for you
orange
just
grove.
this morning. And it's all for you. No sharing required today.
Happy birthday,
Oh,
Roasty.
joke's on you, bitch. Sharing is never required.
Drop it!
You fucking commie.
Just so you get a fake hate crime is, means that there's no democracy or something.
Yeah, that's dumb. It's because people associate democracy with freedom. That's why people. It's just
Correct.
democracy is just a buzzword for freedom. It's also a failed system and doesn't work. But continue.
Are you saying democracy doesn't work?
Democracy doesn't work. It doesn't equal freedom either.
Oh.
I think we should. I think we should get rid of it.
Well,
here we go.
Absolute democracy, like the fucking Greeks, where everyone, all landowners literally vote on everything is chaotic. I mean, representative democracy works to an extent.
Nah, it's a completely failed system. It's majority rule. Democracy is Group A and Group B voting to kill Group C. If you're part of Group C, you're fucked.
How do you run things? Just have a dictator.
No, that's the problem with democracy as well. As soon as I said, "Oh, we shouldn't have democracy," your mind jumped to dictator.
Yeah, but okay, but what's the alternative? I mean,
How about nobody has any say over what anyone else does?
Anarchy?
So like libertarianism.
Yeah, that's exactly what I...
No, that isn't what he means.
That's what I mean, libertarianism. Yeah.
No, it isn't.
There's no... Yeah.
No.
What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean?
You do not mean libertarianism.
I do mean libertarianism.
More like...
Or private property anarchism.
Okay. You've been listening to Michael Malice a lot lately?
Yeah, me and him have been talking all the time, and I've been reading so much fucking Hopper lately, man. I'm powering through his books, man. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like on the train every day. I'm like holding up the book that just says like democracy, the god that failed. Like reading it on the train and everything, and I'm going through the great fiction just now as well. And it's just like, and one thing, see, when you really think about it, literally every single problem that society faces right now, all of it can be traced back to the state. See how for feminists it's men, for the far right it's the Jews and everything. The state is my Jews.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Everything is the state's fault. Everything. And you can even bring leftists into the fold as well, where they go, gay rights, gay marriage, and I'm like, why couldn't gays get married? Oh, because it was illegal. Who made it illegal? The state. Well, kind of sounds like the state was the problem.
Yeah, I mean, so what? So there'd be no government, there'd be no state.
No government, no state.
What Biden is going to suggest, purportedly, according to all reports that I've seen about what he's going to say in a few minutes, or an hour, depending on whether he had his nap, he got his bran muffin and changed his diaper, is basically we're embargoing Russian oil, but we're not ramping up domestic production. We're going to get it from Iran and Venezuela. It's nuts. The man's completely insane.
If the tactics seem familiar, because like other groups such as Extinction Rebellion and Insulate Britain, Just Stop Oil claim to be willing to use non-violent civil resistance to make their point in public spaces. That includes things such as strikes. Yeah, good luck with that. None of you have jobs. Boycotts. None of you have money to pay for anything. Mass protests. Well, I would say everyone has a right to fucking protest, clearly, obviously, but I don't think protests work. I don't think protests work anymore. I genuinely don't. Disruption, however, if we have a little look at the trucker protests in Canada, basically, whatever forms of protest the government come right the fuck down on, hardest are the forms of protest that it's most scared of. I'm just saying. I just think that's some information you should all know.
Doesn't matter how female you are.
This isn't about race or any of these other things at all. It's about creating, I
I don't know, brown shirts or a red guard. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
There's an update that needs to be made to the progressive stack. Because it doesn't matter how black you are. It doesn't matter how female you are. It doesn't matter how gay you are. It doesn't matter how trans you are. If you're a socialist, then you're higher on the progressive stack than any of these people. As long as you're doing socialism, doesn't matter how much you're lying. As long as, like Forsh, for instance, he can say whatever he likes about trans people. He can say whatever he likes about women. Like
Black
J.K.
women,
Rowling. He can say whatever
children.
he likes about black people or black women. He can say whatever he likes about anyone. He's on the top of the progressive stack because he's a fucking socialist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it works. Socialists could do whatever they like to any demographic, any group, and they can get away with it because they're fucking socialists. When are y'all gonna wake up? Dare I say, woke up?
Yeah.
And realize that this is just socialists lying to you for the sake of socialism.
Well, they're using your own compassion as a weapon against you, just like feminists when they say, when they whine about patriarchy, and this is all, intersectional feminism anyway. They whine about patriarchy and they claim that patriarchy and men are oppressing women, and they do it so that men who apparently oppress women will actually just give women things.
But my problem is that I have difficulty making eye contact. I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but like when a person looks at me, I look away. I can't explain it. But it is what it is, And it's not really a confidence issue, because I do have confidence. It's just like something that I try to work with. I've been getting better at it, okay? Like, the thing with me and eye contact is either I make it too long and I make the other person feel uncomfortable, or I don't make it at all. I'm really not good at it. Now, imagine the level of anxiety that I would have going in the metro, knowing that if you look at a person, they might consider that to be assault. Like, that, it creates such a toxic environment. It creates an environment where you feel uncomfortable because you might be breaking this subjective rule that you don't even know where the line is. And this is like this level of authoritarianism, and I think the reason it's done is to encourage snitching. Because that's literally it. It's like they want snitches. They want the Soviet Union to return, where everyone snitched on everyone else. And that is like the essence, like train people that snitching is normal. Normalizing snitching. Every single authoritarian government in the history of mankind relied on snitching. Because there aren't enough members in the government to enforce, especially when a government becomes authoritarian and they want to thought control people and they want to micromanage people's lives. They don't have the numbers. So what they do is they rely on snitches. And that's the other problem, right? Like micromanaging every single aspect of human interaction up and to the point where a person is looking too much at another human being. And that, and all of it is wrapped in a nice package. All of it is wrapped in like, okay, well, we're preventing sexual harassment. It's like, look, I understand if a person spanks another woman on the ass and, obviously that shouldn't happen. I understand if someone is insulting or it's hurling insults to another person on the street. Like, fine, okay. But, like, we're going to the level at staring now. Like, oh my God, he's raping me with his eyes. Oh. And notice that this is not even illegal, right? Like, they're just widening the definition.